As you probably know, I just got back from a cruise. My wife and I spent 8 days and 7 nights on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And we were there with our sons and our granddaughter and 6,400 other cruisers and 2,200 workers, staff. 8,400 people. And what I noticed was they vibrated very differently than we did. So I thought I would talk today about that. And so my title today is Rising Above the Masses. And you're saying, well, what do you mean by that, Lee? Well, here's what I understand, is that we are all energy. And that we're influenced by energy outside of ourselves. And one of the things that I saw on this cruise were a majority, not a small majority, a large majority of people ate beyond. They drank alcohol beyond. You always hear people say, oh my God, when I get back from a cruise, I've got to drop the 10 pounds I gained. Oh my God, I've got to clear out the alcohol from my system. That's what the masses experience. When Jean and I came back, neither of us gained any weight whatsoever. And we didn't have to clear out any alcohol. But we rose above what the masses were doing. We set a clear intention that the trip was not about eating, although we ate very, very, very well. We had exquisite service. Here's what we knew. Who we were being, we're going to attract all the right people to us for all the right time and all the right events. That happened. Our 2 waiters in the evening gave us the best service we've ever had in our lives. Our cabin steward gave us the best service we've ever had in our lives. And yet we listened to other people say they weren't getting that same service. What I understood is we were getting who we are. We rose above the collective consciousness, and we created a unique experience. What I want to say is everyone is a unique expression of life. And our purpose is to expand in our awareness of the power within and not to conform to the ways of the masses. I remember going to a seminar with Jim Rohn 35, 40 years ago, and Jim Rohn said this: the 5 people you hang around with the most will determine the level of wealth that you achieve. In other words, he was talking about the influence of the masses upon yourself. So the question is, what is the energy that you're surrounding yourself with? Is it one of growth and becoming more? Or is it about dumbing down, being bored, being stagnant? Don't conform. That's what this message is about. This message is about claiming your uniqueness and using that power in you to create a life that is unique and meaningful for you. You see, our purpose is to raise the level of our thinking into a level of awareness where all possibilities become real and achievable. Can you even begin to imagine that, or do you think it's impossible for you to be wealthy? It's impossible for you to have a great relationship. It's impossible for you to reclaim your healthy life. I'm telling you, all of that is possible. And I'm telling you that the power to do that is not going out and marrying a rich man or a rich woman. The power is in you to create a life that gives you the health, the wealth, and the love that that you are seeking. But before you can do anything, you've got to first be able to imagine it. You've got to get clarity about what that imagination would be like in your life. And you've got to believe that you're worthy of it. If there's no worthiness there, rest assured, it's only a dream. It will never become a reality. The unfortunate thing is that most people grovel in their own weaknesses and resentments. And when they grovel in their own weaknesses and resentments, it becomes like quicksand. It holds them and drags them down. It attracts people into their life that are also grovelers. And so the grovelers get together as a community and they support each other in living in their weaknesses and living in their resentments, and they're all stuck in quicksand and they can't get out. My advice is stop focusing on your weaknesses. Don't resent. Go into gratitude and realize that there's a power in you that you can use to change your life. And what you've got to do is you've got to start developing new beliefs. And when you do, there is no quicksand. The beliefs, new beliefs, empowering beliefs, take you out of that. You become empowered and you move. You see, we have the power of selection. And when we use the law of cause and effect to that specific end, we become conscious creators in our life. What are you selecting? What are you choosing to experience? Are you even choosing to experience, or are you just reliving your day over and over and over again? I like to do something new every single day. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me challenged. It keeps my wife enthused and challenged. It keeps all the people that are friends with me. They go, what is Lee going to do next? I'm choosing right now to make cold tubs a regular part of my life. I've been doing them now since December 31st, and I've noticed the impact on me. I want you to know the masses are not taking cold tubs. Very few people are, and I'm one of them. Why am I doing it? Because I want to maintain a healthy body. I want to maintain an alert mind that allows me to expand and grow, and I want to do it naturally, and for me, cold is a natural thing. I know that the divine exists in pills. The divine exists in meditation, in the medicine. However, I also believe divine exists in nature. And I'm making a conscious choice, a selection, to use nature to maintain my body, to heal my body, to bring me into a state of homeostasis. You see, it is our trained thought that removes the deceptive surface appearance and lets us see the truth behind all things. The truth behind all things is that there is a cause of any experience, of any person's reaction to you. There is a cause. And that cause is in your mind. But are you aware enough to see that? Becoming aware is a very, very intensive and requires a deep, deep, deep commitment, because the masses are not aware. The masses are unconscious. And they're trying to fill this hole, this God-sized hole, this infinite hole with physical stuff. And that's where addictions come from. Whether it's shopping, eating, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it might be. You can't do that. What you have to do is you have to find that peace, that love, that joy, that satisfaction in you. And it's there. You see, spiritual thinkers, if you're watching this, I'm going to call you a spiritual thinker. Spiritual thinkers are no less human in their physical desires and feelings. It's just that they've developed the ability to enhance their pleasures without becoming attached to them. You see, there's nothing wrong with desiring to have more, but being attached to that desire, so attached that you feel that if you don't get it, you can't be happy. I love physical pleasures. I love it. I'm now looking at a cold plunge tub. You say, well, that's excessive. I know. For you, it might be. For me, I'm thinking it's something that I truly desire. And I want you to know, I believe I'm worthy of it. I also am not attached to which one I get or how it comes to me. It is in that non-attachment that I'm freed. In my old days, I'd have bought it already. But what I've been doing now is I've been doing research for 3 weeks because I want to make sure that I get the right one for me, that I don't settle. And I think that's something really big, is we settle too much in our lives. In talking to someone on the cruise, they asked, did we have pets? And I said, yeah, I've got a yellow lab, and I've got a Amazon parrot, yellow-nape Amazon parrot. And they said, why did you get the yellow lab? I said, because I've had a yellow lab before, and I had a black lab before that. And here's what I know about yellow labs, or labs in general. They are lovers. And I want a dog in my home that is a lover. My Bailey right now is 11 and a half years old. She's pretty much blind, has diabetes, has had it for 3 years. We give her insulin, and every day she gives us love. From the time we got her as a pup to this day, it's love. I would never settle for anything that wasn't love in my home. I think it's something to think about. Where in your life are you settling? Don't ever settle. You're worthy of everything you can imagine. It goes back to this whole idea of spiritual thinkers are no less human in their physical desires. It goes back to the spiritual premise of being in the world, but not of it. It means, yeah, enjoy the world, enjoy food, but don't be attached to it. Understand that everything you do has a consequence. Understand that you're the creator of that consequence. Man, when you get that, you become so empowered. And here's something about a spiritual person. A spiritually aware person leaves all the process, evolvement, and development to the infinite mind. They simply hold a clear vision. They hold and act as if it is already done. They know that the infinite power within them will handle the how. The infinite power within you will guide you step by step to become that person who would have the experience you desire. You may not know how to get there, but if you're open, that spiritual awareness within you will guide you step by step by step to achieve your goal. But you've got to give it direction. You've got to give it clarity on what is the desire, and then you start to live it. You speak it, you think it, you act it, and you feel it. You feel as if it is already done. You see, the masses try to do things on their own, and by not understanding the natural law of creation, life remains difficult. I saw that on the cruise, how people were trying to force things. And they would do excessive drinking to try to be happy, and then they would pay the price. I'm not judging them, I'm just simply observing. Find your joy, find your happiness, find your power in you, because then it's meaningful, and you will never, ever have that hangover. We only have one choice if we want to experience a fulfilled life. And that is to live uniquely, using our creative power to create and experience a continually expanding life. You notice there's a couple key words that I used in that statement. The first one is a fulfilled life. Not a joyful life, a fulfilled life, because there's always going to be challenge. You're going to experience joy, you're going to experience sadness. But a fulfilled life means you've lived what you want. And the other thing is a continually expanding life, because that's your purpose. You were never meant to stand still. You were meant to grow. You were meant to become more. And the more you become, the more fulfilled you are. The more fulfilled you are, the more you want to grow. The more you grow, the more you want to be fulfilled. It doesn't change. Stop buying in that you can retire. My son asked me on my cruise, Dad, when are you going to retire? I said, retire? What are you talking about? I'm doing what I love. I've got more energy than you can imagine. On the cruise, every morning, I still led a guided meditation on Zoom with people all over the world. And he said, why would you do that? Because number one, I love to meditate. Number two, I love to meditate with people. Why wouldn't I do that? It gives me fulfillment. Are you stuck? Are you in quicksand? It's time to free yourself. Stop following the masses. Go within. Find that unique desire within you and begin to step by step let it unfold, knowing that you are worthy, and you're giving that vision clarity, and you're speaking, thinking, acting, and feeling in alignment with your vision. If you do that, I promise you, you will change your life. And you will be the exception. You will not be part of the masses. And you will become a light so that maybe someone else will step out of the masses and reclaim their unique love and life.